Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode, we started up the season simulation, and we also had the draft, and as you can see so far, we are 24-32. So we're kind of struggling by comparison to the previous 2 years where we were like around 500 or above 500. It doesn't look like we're going to probably be making the playoffs unless the Indians and White Sox fall off a cliff. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to actually make the playoffs this year, unfortunately. So anyways, yeah, in last episode we had the draft again, and it wasn't really a great draft for any team in the league, I think. But we did pick up a couple pieces that could be maybe beneficial, like bench options. So we didn't have the worst draft in the world, but we didn't have the best one either. We tried the draft for younger guys, mostly like 18 and 19-year-olds, and some of them have potential, some don't. Like this guy is a 48 overall at 20 years old. He's probably not going to even pan out at all, so he's probably not even going to get a contract. This 75 potential player might get a contract because he's 19, so yeah, I think I'll give him one. And then this dude, I don't think I'm going to give a contract to because he doesn't really have a high ceiling. And then this dude has 75 potential as well, so might as well give him a contract because he's 18. So yeah, two of our prospects that we drafted are not going to get actual contracts, so that's that. Now, before we actually get simulating and making a few trades, I do have a couple comments from Troy Mitchell to go over. So he says, I think at the deadline trade Burra, he means Brujan, it auto-corrected it. And he also says, and Reyes to get a good center field or someone with power. And then I was also asking him if we should probably maybe move away somebody like Candelario to get, I think it was Nunez into the lineup. Yeah, to get Carmen Nunez into the lineup, because Carmen Nunez is already better than Candelario, and Candelario is dropping off a lot. And he says I could try to do. He says yes, you could move from Candelario. I don't know what you could get from him, but maybe package him with the other two. Abrams could make a good fit, putting him at center field or left field, moving them around some, and getting a younger prospect too. So I might try and move Candelario. I might just let him play out the rest of the year, because his contract does come to an end at this season and he might end up retiring regardless, so I might just hold on to him because he's actually not been simulating too bad. And then Nunez would come up in like September call-ups or something like that. So, but I do think we are going to try and trade Brujan and Reyes to try and get somebody like CJ Abram, as Troy is mentioning. So let's try and do that right now. I don't know what team CJ Abrams is on. Maybe he was on the trading block, and that's why Troy brought him up. Because I did show you guys the trading block at the end of last episode. Oh yeah, there he is. He's a shortstop, but he could play apparently outfield. Yeah, he could play outfield. That would be a great player to bring in. He's only on a 1-year contract is the only thing. So we could try and bring him in. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him by getting rid of Reyes and Brujan, but we could try. Might be a little bit unrealistic, but I'm here for Reyes and Brujan. Let's see if we could do something like that. So, Victor Reyes, actually, we think we should be getting more value than what you're offering. So if I offer also Brujan, who's been struggling, now we give Cortez more time because Cortez actually deserves to be the starter. So we'll add Brujan into this deal, and we're definitely interested in making this deal. So I'm going to offer them this trade, I think. Yeah, we're going to offer them this trade. Maybe I could get back a prospect. I don't know. Probably not. Let's try and offer this trade. And they're going to accept it. So there we go, Troy. There's that trade you wanted to do. That was a good deal, I think, for us. It gives Brujan more of an opportunity. It also gives us a guy that could play outfield. And yeah, that's our first big trade that we've ever made. And yeah, let's see. Let's go to our lineups and change defensive positioning. So we're going to change the defensive positioning. Move you to, who's at center field? We're going to take Drew Waters out for that part. And we're going to just go like that. That's good on that front. Just keep taking Drew Waters out pretty much because, yeah, Abrams is much better. What about on this front? Right field. Yeah, we'll move CJ Abrams to there. And we will change defensive positioning to center field, which there's nobody at center field, so actually I should move him up to this spot, right? I might have it just auto adjust. Actually, maybe not. Okay, let's change defensive positionings on that. Gary Hara can't play second base, so I'm going to have to move who to second base? I could move Luis Garcia to second base, but we still need a shortstop, so Drew Waters to right field is fine. Left field, center field, CJ Abrams. Yeah, I guess I can move... I can make Colvin our DH potentially. Actually, no, wait. We'll move Cortez. Oh, Cortez is listed as our DH, that's why. We'll move Cortez and Hara around. Hara's not going to be our DH. We'll move Colvin to being our DH. And then we need to move Gary Hara to being in right field. Yeah, right field. We need to take out Drew Waters for Fernando Valdez, who's going to be playing first base. Right. I think that's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to have to do. It's kind of weird switching up the lineups because I'm not used to actually doing this. So, and then we got to go back to here again. We got to move Cortez to the second base. We also got to get Valdez into the lineup. And we got to change the defensive positionings on these two. And also probably where they are located in terms of the actual lineup. So, yeah, we'll go something like that. Actually, I should move Cortez maybe a little bit higher up in this, because he can get on base, I know that. And yeah, we'll go back like that a little bit. Yeah, I think that should be good. So that is our one small trade that we're going to be making. It's just more to help us out a little bit, because apparently CJ Abrams has a decent amount of like contacted power. He could help us get more on base. I don't know if we're actually going to be making the playoffs with CJ Abrams, but I think it's a good addition to our roster, and it made sense to let go of those players that we traded away. So that's the only trade we're probably going to make in this episode, just because I'm not still comfortable making trades. But let's sum up to All-Star Week and see how this team performs. Hopefully we can get some more wins under our belts, maybe get closer to 500, but it looks like we're not going to do that because our team is off to a pretty terrible start this episode. Did we suffer any injuries? Just got to make sure we didn't. Transactions. Damn, these menus are so much faster than NHL. I'm not used to how fast they are. Stop moving so quick, you dumb thing. There you go. Yeah, looks like we did suffer some injuries, but they're back already, whoever was. Let's continue to simulate. There's a couple good wins in a row. That's nice to see. We do not have 4 valid lineups, so it looks like we must have suffered an injury. Let's go to our lineups. Let me actually take a look at the injury first, whoever it was. Who got injured? Oh, it was Eduardo Cortez for 1 to 2 days. Of course it has to be Cortez. He was off to a really good start this season. Well, that sucks. I might have it just auto adjust, to be honest. I don't know though if I should. It's not that long term, so let's see. Who could we call up to replace him? I could also call up Carmen Nunez and then put Candelario as first base. And then move somebody like to the next other base. I don't know who I can move to second base. Bronson Bonner doesn't play second. He only plays first and third. And of course that trade has to like kind of impact us now. I don't know who I could move into that spot. I can move Garcia into that spot, I guess. But then who's going to be our shortstop? Wait, who do we have currently for shortstop? Oh yeah, we still have Castro. Yeah, I can move Castro and stuff around too. So if we go back to our lineups and we go back to this spot, we have Garcia there, so I can move him up to there. And I can move in... Who am I going to move in? Castro is going to go down to here. Change defensive positionings on that. And then move Castro back. He's going to be still our shortstop. Garcia is going to be our second baseman, which means I need somebody to play third, which means in that case we are going to bring in Candelario and swap the two of them around. And yeah, I think that's going to be the same type of thing as what we do with this. Yeah, probably. So change defensive positionings on those two. And then we're going to put in Candelario again, even though he's dropping off. He's been pretty solid, so why not swap the two of those guys around, and that is good, I think. Yep, now we have 4 full lineups. We should be fine to simulate more. There you go, there's more wins. Nice to see that. Okay, well, our team is winning a lot of games all of a sudden, but now we're losing a couple, of course. But we're actually almost back to 500 baseball, 42 and 48. We're actually making up a little bit of ground on the Indians, but the Indians are still above 500. So we are actually going to have maybe not as bad of a season as I thought we would. So let's continue looking at this stuff for a second. Is Cortez back or no? Yeah, it looks like he is back into the lineup, which is good. Which means, let me go back to our lineup and make sure this is good. Wait, did Cortez get sent back down? No, he didn't. Okay, good. Looks like they auto-adjusted our lineup a little bit. Cortez can play third base. I'll let it play out with those, I guess, that roster. Let's continue to simulate to the trade deadline prep. Actually, wait, I want to check who makes the All-Star game first. Let's take a look at who made the home run derby. Doubt any of our players did. Nope. 2 Giants made it. Guerra, Lindor, Smith, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Seager, Happ, Levine, and Bell. Interesting. Let's advance through this day and find out if we had any All-Stars this year. View today's games. I find it easier to check via this screen anyways. So who made it into our All-Star game for us? So Casey Mize has made the All-Star game. That's good to see. Former player Tarek Skubal makes it. 4 pitchers, and that's it, I think. Unless I'm blind. Yeah, that's it for pitchers. Casey Mize. And then for batters, I don't think we have anybody. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have anybody for batters. So it's just Casey Mize making the All-Star game from us. Good to see him make it and represent our team. Let's continue to sim to trade deadline prep. But yeah, hopefully we just have like a good simulating for the last little bit. Like if we don't make the playoffs, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. But I just want to make sure our younger like kind of prospect guys are getting some decent stats. Now the Diamondbacks are actually offering us a trade, so we could potentially make another trade. They want Luis Garcia for Oscar Mercado and Geraldo Perdomo, which I don't really want to do because that's kind of pointless, I don't think. Yeah, because that's a 28-year-old that's 83 overall. He's signed for 4 years, which is not terrible, but we don't really need another kind of shortstop center fielder type of dude, or shortstop guy. And then the center fielder, Mercado, he's an 89 and 34, and he's in the last year of his contract. Our team isn't going to make the playoffs regardless, so I'm not going to do that. But thanks for the offer, though, Arizona. I don't know if we're going to... Yeah, we should probably do some of our contract extensions already, I guess. So let's do some contract extensions because we got a lot of guys to sign. So let's go to the bottom of this list. George Veras. Not going to want too much. Candelario, I'm going to leave still for now. Same with Robbie Harvey. Gerald Martin. What's the lowest I could get Gerald Martin to? 28 mil? A little bit more than that, 28.5. How about 29, Gerald? There you go. Ludwig, I think I'm going to let for now. Same with like Moreno and whatnot. With Jackson Reitz as well. Same with Drew Waters, maybe? Yeah, because Drew Waters is going to want... He doesn't want a lot for 4 years only. It's not terrible. He's hitting a 295 this year as well, which is pretty good. But he is a little bit on the older side. So let's just go to 3 years and see if I could get him for a little bit of a cheap price. Because he's not a bad option. 4.1. There you go. Joe Green needs a good contract. 4 years. Yeah, I'll give you 4 years at 10.5. There you go. Let me just go to the top of this list. So Colvin's going to be going to arbitration, I think. for now. CJ Abrams is only 27. Holy. That's the only thing about bringing him in, Troy, is he wants a lot of money. I could give him a 1-year deal and try and get him to go as low as possible for 1 year. Because he's not a bad player, obviously. There we go. Bryant Packard is a big one. He doesn't really want a long-term deal. Can I get you to a 1 year 16.7? He wants a few years, of course. 2 years at 32 million. That's good for me. Yeah, pretty much everybody else on this list doesn't really need to come back. Colvin, like I said, will go to arbitration. Candelario is probably close to retirement. Robbie Harvey doesn't need to come back. Same with Ladwig, Moreno, Reitz, Castro, maybe. But then again, he was technically replaced by Garcia. Perez is 30. He's actually been pretty good as a reliever, but I don't want to really give him a 5-year deal. I could give him a 2-year deal if he doesn't want too much for 2 years. Now let's try and get him to like 6.9 just for the memes. There you go. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I think the rest of these guys are fine to let go of because Reitz get replaced by one of our catching prospects in like Hersher and Bonner. So I don't think we really need him back. So I think that's good on the contract front. Let's continue to simulate. Are we going to get back to 500? I don't know. I don't think we're going to get back to 500. We might get close to it though. We're 48 and 53. So we're simulating a lot better in this episode since the trade as well. Let's continue to simulate 2 contract extensions. There you go. There's another win. Sim to September call-ups where we're going to actually get to see Nunez in action, which is going to be pretty dope. I didn't mean to stop simulating, you stupid thing. There you go. And yeah, now we're losing a lot of games, but there's still a couple wins at least in there. Let's see. Did we call up already our September call-ups? Let me see. No, Nunez hasn't get called up yet. Yeah, Nunez is definitely going to take over for Candelario. Candelario hasn't used actually any of his minor league options, so I think... No, Carmen Nunez is actually killing triple this year. Like, his batting average isn't fantastic, I would say, but he's got 23 homers and 61 RBIs. He's going to be an exciting player to watch when he's in his rookie season next year. I am very excited for him. He probably will help us out a lot as well. No, I do not want to stop simulating. There's a nice little winning streak. Stop simulating. How close are we to the end of the year? Still got just over a month left of the season. We are now 60 and 70. Yeah, we're definitely not making the playoffs this year. Let me take a look at all of these notifications, get them out of the way, because they are very persistent in this game. Standings wise, let me just take a look at this. We are 14 games back of the wild card. Yeah, we're not going to make it for sure. But I mean, it's still not been a terrible season by any means. Definitely we have been trending back a little bit the last few years, but I'll still take it. Let's into September call-ups so we can get Nunez into action. So we will definitely call up Nunez. How much players can we call up? 3 more players, so we're definitely going to call up Nunez because he's been killing in triple. Might as well give him an opportunity at the MLB level. Who else was on our 40 main that was in AAA? Like our best players down there. We could always call back up Wentz. I think we'll call up Bonner. And then we'll probably call up a pitcher, which means I think I might give it to Arnold Benjamin. Yeah, we'll give Arnold Benjamin an opportunity as well in the MLB for this September call-ups. Let's simulate to the day before the last game of the season, just so we can kind of take a look at their player stats. Let's auto-fix the AAA, and that's good. Wow, we're not doing too good. Oh well. Means a good draft pick for next year, I guess. So AAA and AA both don't make it. Actually, maybe AAA did. Yeah, AAA might have made it. And yeah, we're 73 and 88. We're not making the playoffs for sure, but our roster's still looking pretty decent. Let me just take a look at the player stats so far. Actually, I won't take a look at so far. Let me just take a look at the guy that we called up. Nunez really struggled since getting called up, but I'm still really excited for him for next year. Hitting a 167, that's pretty bad for getting called up. What about the other guys we called up? Who is it? Arnold Benjamin. Played only 2 innings but didn't give up anything, so that's nice to see. And then the other player we called up was Bronson Bonner, who hit a 316 since getting called up, so that's pretty impressive. Let's get that last game of the year done. And it's a win 3-2, and we do not make the playoffs. We finished the year with a pretty weird record, I guess. Let's take a look at our player stats. Well, it looks like we have maybe some league leaders, which is kind of surprising. But let's take a look at our player stats for the year before we actually check that out. So, pitching-wise, Chauncey was pretty solid, actually. A really good year for Chauncey McElroy, up to a 92 overall at 25. Yeah, this was one of Chauncey's best years yet. Yeah, Chauncey's been a fantastic pitcher, I think. 3.9 ERA in his career and a 121 whip. I like that. Good stuff, Chauncey. Casey Mize was fantastic this year as well. He made the All-Star game, obviously. David Jordan really struggled. I don't know if he's better as a reliever than a starting pitcher. But, yeah, not a great year from him, but he has jumped up to an 88. Matt Manning was pretty Let's take a look at his FIP. His FIP was a 367, so actually he was really good. Franklin Perez was pretty solid. Dennis Tucker was not terrible. Oh, we're getting a lot of development again in our pitching rotation, which means I don't really know who should be coming back and who shouldn't be. But so that's pretty much our pitchers. Then we go to our relief ones. Joe Green, not a fantastic relief pitcher, looks like, but better than nothing. Gerson Moreno was pretty good. James Mayer and all that stuff don't matter that much because they're AAA and whatnot. Diego Corona was pretty good as our closer again. Not a surprise. He's up to a 94. Yeah, he's been a fantastic closer. That whip of a .96 is fabulous. Then again, he doesn't pitch a lot of innings because he's a closer, but still. And pretty much that. Messias could probably be in the MLB next year as like a setup guy. Then we go to our catchers. Chad Hirsch hitting a 206 is not fabulous. Not a huge fan of that. But he got 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. Reitz is probably not coming back, but he was pretty solid. Hitting a 205 though, which is not good, but 13 home runs. And then Bronson Bonner in his short time was pretty good. First baseman wise, Conrad Colvin hit a 275 with 30 home runs. I'll take that. That's pretty good from him. Like I said, we're probably taking him to arbitration because, or else we're going to have to pay him a lot of money. We could always trade him away if we want to. And then Fernando Valdez got demoted to AAA. What the hell are you doing, AI? Why did the AI move him to AAA? That is really disgraceful from him doing that. But he was hitting 250. He had a 727 OPS this year. So a pretty, well, actually 14 home runs and stuff like that. When did they send him down? Because he didn't play 50-something games. I didn't even realize they sent him down. Oh, I don't know why they sent him down. That is not good to see that. Cortez was really good this year. A 268 batting average. Only 6 home runs and 22 RBIs, but still pretty good from him. Up to an 84. Carmen Nunez in his short time wasn't great. Candelario got sent down, but he was playing pretty good with a 789 OPS. Then we go to a shortstop wise. CJ Abrams between us and San Diego was pretty good, hitting a 280 average. Luis Garcia hitting a 227 average isn't fabulous, but 53 RBIs is nice. Castro hit a 287 is pretty good. 25 home runs and 72 RBIs from him. Left fielding wise, Gary Harrell was pretty good. 52 RBIs from him and 11 home runs. They sent down Bryant Packard. I don't know why the AI sends down these these high overall players should not be getting sent down unless they're simulating bad. Because Bryant Packard was having actually not a great year, but still he shouldn't be sent down. Center fielding wise, Drew Waters was fabulous, hitting a 299 through 271 at-bats is really good. And then right fielding wise, Pierre Montenegro was really solid, but he didn't really play that much. And Felix got sent down as well. He barely played actually in our lineup. I don't know why the AI sent him down as well. I really hate when the AI just decides to send players down. It makes no sense. So anyways, that's that. Let's take a look. League leaders. So Casey Mize led the league in innings pitched. So he pitched a lot of innings for us. It's good to see. Let's just go through all this. See if we had any guys up there. I don't think so. Oh, there's one. Gary Harrell was up there in doubles. You always like to see that. Gary Harrell's a pretty fast player though. Anything else interesting to note? Gary Harrell was up there in stolen bases as well, but far behind Khalil Lee. Looks like Seattle's a really fast team. Anything else? Doesn't look like it so far. Casey Mize was actually second best in ERA, behind his former teammate in Tarek Skubal of all people. Oh, we should have maybe held on to Skubal. Casey Mize was up there in home runs allowed. Shutouts, Skubal was number 1. Damn, 4 shutouts for Skubal. That's crazy. Strikeouts, Casey Mize was second best as well. Skubal had 5 complete games as well. That's crazy. And whip-wise, Tarek Skubal was up there. So Skubal might have won the Cy Young this year. And of course that had to happen after we let him go. Interesting. Let's take a look at the awards and the top prospects, and then I think that'll be pretty much it. So award-wise, so not Casey Seager, what the hell am I saying? Corey Seager is gonna win the MVP for the Angels, which is a little weird. Yep, Skubal is gonna win the Cy Young after we let him go. I don't know if I should have held on to him or what, but he does really good with the White Sox. Casey Mize was actually up there for the Cy Young, so that's pretty impressive considering we missed the playoffs. Batting title wise, Corey Seager. I'm just going to scroll through this unless there's a guy up there for us. Dennis Tucker almost won Rookie of the Year. Finished behind Grover Goodwin of the Red Sox. Any other guys nominated for awards of ours? Probably not. Gary Harrell was up there for Golden Glove for left fielders. That's good to see. And I think that's pretty much it. Yep, that is it. So let's take a look at our team rankings. See how we finished the season in terms of rankings. So in terms of team batting average, we were 16th, so that's not too good. Runs wise, we were not probably that good either. 25th, yeah, we need to score more. Hits wise, though, we were as well down there. 19th. Doubles, we were not that good either. Jeez, yeah, we're not a good offensive team. 25th. Triples, probably not that good either, right? 15th. Home runs, probably not that good either. Yeah, we're not a good offensive team. Tied for 21st. And if we go to, what else we got here? Strikeouts, we're the team that struck out the least, though. So that's good. So we aren't a good offensive team, but we do not strike out easily. So that's a thing to take away, I guess. And anything else interesting? Grounded in double plays. We probably grounded into a lot of double plays, didn't we? Yeah, we were one of the worst teams in terms of grounding into double plays. Tied for the worst, actually. What else we got here? Fielding percentage. Looks like we're not a good defensive team either. ERA-wise, pitching-wise, in general, we are 11th, so not bad in terms of team ERA. And we were tied for 3rd in complete games. So it looks like we're, damn, we had the least amount of blown saves as well. So it looks like we're good in terms of relieving, but not starting pitcher-wise, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Strikeouts from pitchers. Yeah, our pitchers don't throw enough strikeouts either. 25th. Interesting. I think that's pretty much it. Let's just take a look at this top prospect thing. So Carmen Nunez is 6th. So it's going to be nice to see him in the lineup next year. Sammy Chavez might also be in the lineup next year. Same with Rodrigo Messias, who are both closers. So we got some decisions to make on who we have to get rid of and stuff. Robbie Harvey, like I said, I don't know if I want to keep him around because we do already got a lot of outfielders. Kiki McKenna up to a 71. Might be a decent bench option at some point. I don't know. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So next episode, we will have the complete offseason again as we look to continue building this team up to getting back into the playoffs, and hopefully we could get to a World Series sometime soon. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.